What's up? Welcome to an episode of Coffee and Chat. It has been a while. I am Portia. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This series, Coffee and Chats, I have a little drink and I chat with you about various topics that matter to us, the millennial girls. But of course, everyone could watch, engage, enjoy. So I haven't done one of these in a while. If you've been watching my content, you see I was in Barbados, and I've just been posting morning vlogs before that. But I love this series and it's not going anywhere. So we're back. And of course, we got to get into this drink. Look what I made. Look what I made. I've been calling myself the Hood Sonora Smith, and I feel like this is so true. Strawberry matcha, not from a cafe, not from outside, from scratch, from my kitchen, okay? I made strawberry syrup. I will link the video in the caption, subscription, whatever, and description. That's the word. I will link the video in the description. And we gotta taste this together. I have not tasted it yet, so let me mix it up some. So I was taking pictures and stuff and keeping it cute for y'all so y'all can see it. But now I'm gonna mix it up and actually taste it. Then we'll get into the topic. Yeah. Wow. I can't believe I made this. Wow. That's so good. Let me record my reaction for YouTube Short and for TikTok. This was my first time making a strawberry syrup. So easy, so quick. So today's topic was honestly inspired by my own personal life, my own personal journey. As you may or may not know, this channel is all about my journey in designing my dream life. I believe all women can have a dream life. You could look the way you want to look, make the money you want to make, live in the beautiful home you want to live in, have the man, the kids, you can have it all. I believe that, but it takes a lot of work. So I've just been really focusing on my career, my business, my content, my health and wellness and fitness, and I post about all those things here. So while I'm just like working on myself every day, staying locked in, doing my morning routine, hitting the gym, I really have also been like reflecting on where I am and where I want to be. And I realized one of the reasons I'm not there yet is because for a long time, I operated at maintenance level. And, you know, operating at maintenance can feel good for a long time and could have you comfortable and living a life that you like for a long time, but it also gets dangerous. So I want to talk about operating at maintenance, why I feel like I've been operating at maintenance, the kind of dangers of operating at maintenance, signs you're operating at maintenance, and how to break out of that. So let me take another sip because this is so good, and then we're going to get into it. I can't believe I made this. Oh my God. Okay, so what do I mean when I say operating at maintenance? This can apply to any and every aspect of your life, your career, your relationship, your friendships, your finances, your health, your fitness. Operating at maintenance for me meant I would get to a place where I'm comfortable in life, paying my bills, doing what I wanted to do, going on my little trips, and I was able to do those things comfortably, and I just continued to work and live at the level. I continued to work at the level that allowed me to do those things I was comfortable with. This could also apply to your health or your fitness. I'm able to fit into my clothes. The jeans are being buttoned. I look cute in my pictures without continuing to, go above and beyond in the gym or try any new workout classes or anything like that. Just with doing what I was doing, I was able to maintain this level of fitness, maintain this weight. So I just continued to operate at that level. This could be in your job. You show up on time, you do your job well, and you're satisfied with your salary. So you continue to show up, do your job, leave when it's time to go home, and you make the money that you make and you're good with that. It could be your product-based business with the advertising you currently do, the amount of posting you currently do. You sell enough every single month to cover all your overhead and make the profit you are comfortable making, so you continue to do just that. For me, this has shown up mostly in my career and in my health and wellness and fitness. For a while, I was comfortable at a full-time job. I paid my bills. Everything was fine. And I was comfortable, and I continued to work at that job. When I did leave that job and started my business did well, especially its first year. Me being completely self-employed, I did really well, and I was able to still pay my bills and live comfortable until it wasn't enough for me, but I was able to operate at maintenance. Let's have another sip of matcha. We're gonna get into this tea. So talking about operating at maintenance. So signs you are operating at maintenance can be that you have not seen much change in your life lately. You have not received a promotion. You have not achieved any new goals, met any new milestones, or seen any new opportunities come your way. That is signs that you are just operating at maintenance. And where that becomes dangerous, the issue with that is we are growing, changing, evolving beings. So as we are growing into the next level of ourselves, as we are getting older, as we mature, as we just naturally change, this life that we're maintaining may no longer be satisfying enough for us. And then as you are growing out of this life, if you have not done the work, your life will not grow at the same level, and you could find yourself not happy, not satisfied, depressed, and just looking for your next thing, but you don't have the means, you don't have the opportunities to do so. So you want to continue to work hard and just strive for greatness. So for example, right now I'm sitting in a 2-bedroom apartment. Before I lived in this apartment, I lived in the same building downstairs in a smaller apartment. So when I moved into that smaller apartment, I loved it. It was a big step up from the studio that I lived in prior to that. And when I lived in that studio, I loved it. My rent was so affordable. It was all inclusive, so included electricity and internet. It was, the owner was, it was like a family multi-unit house. So the owner's mother lived downstairs. He was really cool. I just Venmo'd him my rent the first of the month, really before that, because it was so cheap. I was paying it early. And, you know, this apartment I lived in, you know, most of my single years, my late 20s, and it was comfortable for just me. But eventually I did want more space, and I moved into this building. And because I was just in the studio, that apartment was like everything for me. But then I was getting more into my entrepreneurship, and I wanted an office. The thing is that I was continuing to evolve as this woman, as this person in my career, trying to figure out entrepreneurship and what I wanted to do. So I needed change. And if I was only operating at maintenance, I wasn't working hard, I wasn't saving, I wasn't taking on side gigs and clients on the side. Even when I had my job, I wouldn't have had the means to go from apartment 1 to apartment 2 to apartment 3. But after starting my business, and the business was doing well its first year, that's when I really started to operate at maintenance. I was comfortable. I was living in the apartment that I really liked. I had regular clientele. I had a client that hired me regularly, so money was coming in, the bills were paid. I was still going out with my friends occasionally, still taking the trips, and I was comfortable. But things start to happen. You evolve, you get older, you want more. You know, I want a house. Also, life happens. Friends get married, friends have babies. There's weddings to attend and expenses and trips and gifts to buy. Like, we just evolve as people, and our world grows, and we have to make sure we are growing with it. You may be really comfortable right now with what you're doing and the amount of money that you make, or you might be really comfortable in your career at a manager level, but just think about yourself in a few years. Who knows, maybe even next year. Maybe you want to start looking at being a director. Is that what's after manager? I don't have a traditional job. I have my business and then I have a part-time job, so I don't know all the levels, but maybe you want to be a director. So how could you start to not operate at maintenance to stay a manager, but are there more responsibilities that you could take on to be a director? Is there more networking you could do, or events you could attend? Can you do a special project at work to show that you're ready for the next level of responsibility? And don't just operate at maintenance. Think about your future self and that next level, and what you can do to go above and beyond so that you could seamlessly go into that next level. When I moved from my studio to the one bedroom apartment, it was pretty seamless. I was ready to go to the next level, and I was not operating at maintenance. I was operating above someone who lived in that small studio apartment. So I had money in the bank. I ordered all new furniture. I was ready for the move. I had every expense covered. Things would come up and it would be like, oh, this unexpected expense for the move, no problem, had it. It was just, I was operating, I was still striving for excellence, still striving for more, even though I was comfortable for a long time where I was. And that is just what I have been focusing on getting back to: operating beyond maintenance, operating for next level. Now, if I want to be a homeowner, how can I operate like a homeowner? I don't want to just make enough money to pay my rent. I want to make enough money to pay my rent, pay all my bills, put money away for a down payment, make significant payments towards student loans or any debt so that it's easy for me to be approved for a mortgage, like all of those things. Talk about fitness. For me, I'm trying to get in shape. Okay, there's been times in my life I was in just tip top amazing shape. When you get to that place, when you meet those fitness goals, it is so easy to lose it. I used to say, I can't wait to be in maintenance mode. I can't wait to be in maintenance mode. I think maintenance mode is even harder than like weight loss mode, because essentially it's the same thing. You have to keep working hard. It's just more challenging when you look the way you want to look. That's not because you don't have the motivation of your gut sending you to the gym. You like, I look good. I could skip today. I look good. I can have some fries. It's harder to me maintaining than it is getting to your fitness goals. Right now, what's sending me to the gym every day is I'm not comfortable with my weight. I'm nowhere near where I want to be physically. So that is pushing me to work out, to meal prep and drink water and do all these things. But once you have it, you still have to work out, meal prep, drink water, and do all of those things. And the issue with operating at maintenance is you can feel like, I could skip today. One, you look the way you want to look. One skip day in the gym leads to two. One order of fries leads to a milkshake. And before you know it, you done lost all your progress. I'm saying this because it has happened to me 10 billion times. 10 billion times. I live in this problem. So we're fixing it now. We're fixing it this time. One last time, we are getting in shape and we are staying there. The only way we will get out of shape is for starting a family. But other than that, we are getting in shape and we are staying there. And even when we start a family, I'm getting right back in shape, and I'm still going to make healthy choices during that process. So you don't want to operate at maintenance. You want to go above and beyond. I am breaking the cycle of letting myself get comfortable and operate at maintenance in all aspects of my life. In my career, in my finances, and in my fitness are the main three, but all of it. In my relationship with God, I want to seek him more. I want to seek him on a deeper level and not just get comfortable with reading some verses and praying and going to church. Like, Do I need to be fasting? Do I need to be spending more time in the Word? Like, I am not going to operate at maintenance. Speaking of, what's really been inspiring me is this devotional I've been doing, which I want to share with you. So if you have the Bible app, they have plans and devotionals. And the one I'm doing in the Bible app is called In Her Image, Character Study of the Proverbs 31 Women. So it dives deep into Proverbs 31, which I'm sure we've all read so many times. But this focuses on the characteristics of the Proverbs 31 women. Each day in the devotional, it describes a character trait, and you dive into that character trait. The traits are: approach each task with excellence, goes the extra mile in pursuit of quality, purposefully invest, and all this is backed up by scripture in Proverbs 31, resilient and strong, intentional and skillful. I'm really just loving this devotional and just focusing on different character traits every day. So at this time where I'm trying to push myself to make sure I'm always striving for excellence, to also be going through this devotional, another character trait, I just came across this and loved it, is kind, being kind. At this time in my life where I'm working on not operating in maintenance, where I feel like I am walking into the next level of my life, where I am preparing for different things, preparing to start a family. This has been really helpful. I really enjoyed reading this every day and really focusing on these character traits and having actual scripture to back it up. And I think it coincides with everything I've been talking to you about today. You know, the Proverbs 31 woman, she wasn't operating at maintenance. This is not a woman operating at maintenance, waking up early in the morning, the way she took care of her family, the way she took care of herself. There is a part, one of the days in the devotional, it talks about self-care. How in Proverbs 31, it talked about how she put on purple linens, like that's a color of royalty, that she took care of herself. You know, self-care and taking care of her family and making sure her business earns a profit, working hard. That's not operating at maintenance. And all of that is in Proverbs 31. So I really recommend this. I'll put a link to the app in the description and the name of the devotional. But in this app, you don't even have to have a ton of time to sit down and read it. It has the audio setting, so you could just play it in the car and listen to it on your way to work. But I really enjoyed that, and it like kind of just perfectly coincides with everything I'm going through and focusing on right now. So I challenge you to really think about if you're operating at maintenance, and if so, are you really satisfied? Are you really happy? Are you really maintaining? Or are you ready for the next thing and you feel like you could push yourself in certain areas to get there? So let me know in the comments how you feel about that. And I will see you in the next video. And I'm going to finish the rest of this because it's delicious. And thank you for watching Coffee and Chat. Send this to your homegirls in your group chat.